Welcome Web3 people. Today we're covering good Web3 sales copies. In the previous video we covered the basics, the foundation, how to write a good sales copy. Today we're covering the exact templates that I use to get more than 10% reply rates on my sequences, on my outbound reach outs. Are these templates ideal? No. Are they good? Yes. Can they be improved? Also yes. So I'm not saying that they're golden and you should follow every step and do exactly what I was doing here, but I just want to illustrate the basics ideas that we covered in the last video, which are the emails need to be short, they need to be interesting, they need to be intriguing, and they need to be relevant. If they are ticking on these three boxes, everything else is doesn't matter, because this is the base and you can start adding different topics on top of it, different CTAs, different subject lines, different angles, all of that stuff. As long as those emails are short, sweet, intriguing, and relevant, you're good to go. So let's go. The first email is a very easy email. It's connection email. If you already spoke with somebody and you get an introduction, this is typically very easy to get. So what is the email? Hey, name, common connection, somebody like John, mentioned you are expecting a DM from me. We have just insert something cool and relevant for them, like we have just launched this and this, or like we help these kind of companies do this, something that would be relevant for your prospect. And currently having few conversation about an integration with a bunch of similar companies. By similar company you can say with a bunch of major exchanges, or with a bunch of other NFT marketplaces, or something like this. The ultimate goal is to solve relevant problem one, a relevant problem for them, and solve relevant problem two. So for example, cut your expense costs and improve this or improve that. Anyway, happy to share the idea with you too, and insert meeting link. This template can be used across different situations. Just change, if you don't have an introduction from somebody, just think how to personalize the first line, maybe send them a congratulations or something, or maybe say that, hey, we have never met, but I figured I might ask. You know, you can figure out the first line if you don't have a connection, but typically if I have a connection, I typically send this template. Next thing. Adding a new chain. This is a trigger. If you have a product or a service and you're adding a new chain, this is a very good opportunity to reach out to somebody from this new chain, to get them as your prospect, to get them as your customer. The way I would do this is like this. Hi name, I just spoke with your status guy and the chain team, where you can say somebody important from this chain foundation or somebody that they should definitely know, and we agreed it's best to reach out to larger projects privately in advance to notify them that your product or your service, your company is launching on this chain soon, and offer you a premium onboarding. Like this kind of the angle that you give them something for free, like you typically charge for the premium onboarding. Companies like Big Name 1, Big Name 2 use our product to insert problems that you solve, but important thing, insert relevant problems for them. I thought your team might be interested in a quick call to learn our solution, how our solution could look like for you. I'm sure you're crazy busy, but I'm here when you have time. Why this email works, it's a little bit longer than I typically send, but there is few important things here. Having this ending like I'm sure you're crazy busy, but I'm here when you have time, it's important because this gives a room for your space, for your prospect to get out, to wait more time. You're not pushing them. This is very important. And in the beginning of the email, you are putting up your status level as high as possible. You're using the chain foundation. You're using the same connection from this chain foundation. Somebody that is relevant that is like approving that, yeah, this company is actually good. If they don't know about you, if they know about you, if you're Binance, then you don't need to write this. You can just go straight into, hey, we're launching on this chain and we want to offer you a premium onboarding, and then you just do companies Big Name 1, Big Name 2 are working with us. This all is to boost your perceived status in the eyes of the prospect. If you do this in the right manner, then you're gonna succeed and you're gonna get a reply. The next thing, the relevance template. What you can do here, you just say, hey name, almost impossible to get you over email. This is ideal for DMs, of course. Was curious if their company and my company can become friends. I read about relevant problem that they have, but your Web3 initiatives are giving you a great market share in this industry, or like just make it relevant about them. Lead with the problem that they're having and then tie it to your company, and then say just big name one, maybe their competitor, maybe another big company or somebody similar to them. So like if you're reaching to OpenSea, say LuxRare is using our product or service to solve that problem that you mentioned in above, like the relevant problem that they're having. Happy to find the synergy with you too. Like it's short, sweet, simple, relevant, and it's intriguing. Because you already mentioned the problem that they're having. If you got a shot and the problem is really relevant for them and this prospect is thinking about it, they would at least get a shot at checking out your company, what you're doing. Even if they are not gonna reply, this is a very good email to put people on the radar. And if they don't get a reply, you can follow up with them in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and this is going to be a very good lead to nurture if they don't reply straight immediately, but typically the reply rate here is also high. Next template, community. It's also a very good thing because you can source a lot of prospects and a lot of leads out of different Web3 communities, like I did in this case. Hey name, found you in this community. You can say the name of the community. I'm reaching out to connect with BD folks, or I'm reaching out to connect with product folks, or I'm reaching out to connect with NFT folks from the group. Officially, I work at Morales, but also, and then you insert something interesting or intriguing about you, about your company, or about something else, because you want to detach yourself from the image of your company. Because if you reach out and say, I work at Morales and we help product people do this and this, there is a really high chance that they are not going to reply because you're just being salesy. You don't want to do this. You want to insert something interesting, intriguing about you, something that gives you another frame for your personality. Like I do here in this example. I also host the community for Web3 BD reps at my YouTube and Telegram channels, and I give the link for my channel. I'd love to connect if you're keen. It's very simple, it's very short. The CTA is non-invasive. I don't tell them, hey, let's go for a meeting or this or that. I give them the room to decide if they want to connect with me or they don't want to connect with me. And people really appreciate this. If you don't push them to get them a meeting for them, to steal time from them, and they really see that they're interested in you, they would reach out and say, oh yeah, hey, nice to connect, and blah, blah, blah. You started the conversation, and then from a conversation, you can get a meeting booked, because then in the conversation, you're going to be selling the meeting. The key point of your outreach is to get a reply. From reply, you're curating them and getting them to a meeting. Next, conference. It's very similar to the community, but I use the same templates for the conference sometimes, especially after the conference. You go and say, hey name, hope you had a good time at ETHCC. I'm reaching out to connect and keep in touch with folks from the conference. Officially I work at Morales, but I also insert something interesting, intriguing. Like in this case, I just use the same as Web3 Sales Gym example. Would love to catch you if you're keen. Let me know. That's it. Very simple. You don't set, oh, hey, by the way, we have been on the same conference and blah, blah, blah. I get this 10, 15 of these bullshit emails every time when I go to each conference. Don't be like that. You need to be pattern interrupt. Just send this kind of template, and you will get a better reply rate. I can guarantee you, because you don't look salesy, you look different. You will have more read rates, more reply rates. Next template, relevance number 2. What you can also say is like, hi name, we recently reviewed interesting data, something interesting, something relevant, and saw interesting finding about their company. So like, we recently reviewed this Coinbase report, and we saw that 43% of exchanges are gonna be broke in 2024. We have been helping similar companies eliminate stagnating users, small volumes on exchange, and bad marketing, some which we have eliminated forever. So like, we have been helping similar companies eliminate problem 1, problem 2, problem 3, something that is relevant for them, some which we have eliminated forever. Are you open to having a conversation? That's it. Don't send them a meeting link. Don't push them. Don't say, if we could help you and blah, blah, blah. This is irrelevant. Just give them the space, ask them intriguing question, keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sweet, because this is more professional. If you are pushing them to take a meeting with you, if you're pushing them that you are the best company in this world, this is not sales email, this is marketing. And you are not a marketing rep, you're a sales rep. You're here to do the stuff and do it professionally. And this way works. Next thing, follow-ups. Because these were a very good openers, the templates that I shared before. But then the question is like, Nikolai, how do I follow up? You follow up in a very simple way. One way, you just send name and question mark. Don't need to send just bumping this up your inbox. You don't have to say just following up on this. Did you have a chance to review? I mean, that's okay. You can follow up like this. Sometimes in Web3 this works. I had a very good success just by sending people a question like thoughts and leaving a question mark. Like I have here with name and question mark. It works for some people. For some people it doesn't work. I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but you should try it. It's better than sending somebody like, and again, a very long email like, hey, could you please reply to me? Did you have a minute to check it back? Like, I mean, they're probably not the best, but if you just send them a name and a question mark or thoughts as a question mark, they typically get good replies. Then, did you miss this? Also good way to follow up. Sending meme or circle in Telegram or sending them a video message like, hey John, by the way, can you please check out this email? Like, just get this, bumping this up your inbox, and then just record the video and send the video. There is a higher chance that people are going to reply to that. Or you can use the structure that I shared in one of the previous videos about building the winning outbound campaign. By the way, the video is about there. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. The sequence here is very simple. The first email you start with the key pain, with the key thing that you are solving. Then the second thing you go with the business impact. Third email you go with the success story, and fourth email you go with the case study exit email. You can apply the similar practices that you have seen in these templates. You can craft your own template. You can use ChatGPT to create different templates for business impact, for success stories, for case studies, to keep the person in the loop. Because these kind of templates, they are very good icebreakers. They are very good conversation openers. If you want to keep following up, it's important to not go into the marketing habits that you already developed from the beginning. Because if you do a very good first email, but then you fail in your follow-ups, then the probability that they're gonna reply is also low, because typically people respond on the step 2, like from 2 to 5. Some people reply after the step 7. So if you do a very good first email, but then you suck in the follow-ups, then overall you're still doing marketing stuff. You need to be professional, you need to be short, you need to be three things. You need to be relevant, you need to be intriguing, and you need to be short. If you are doing these things, everything else doesn't matter. If you don't do them, then your reply rate is gonna suffer. If you at least do these 3 things, then it's gonna be fine. Your reply rates are gonna be okay. They're gonna be average, but they're not gonna suck, which is the most important thing for you, especially if you're in the beginner in sales. What would be an example of a marketing email? For example, how I was generating the interest in the beginning of the community. I was doing a mass email like for 200 or 250 people, and this is the email that I was sending. So, hi name. It's your so this is what I do in the first line. It's your invitation, not a sales email. Like, I immediately do the pattern interrupt. Like, you have never seen the marketing email like this. You're invited to join a closed community for Web3 sellers and BD folks. And then I start the information dump. Like I do, it's why it's designed, who am I, what they will have responsibility to do, and here is the CTA. If you want to join, simply fill out this form, and then that's it. You see how this email is different from these templates that I have been sending above you. You need to be able to differentiate your outreach from this and turn this kind of long emails. If you're sending this kind of DMs, I get the ton of links from people, it's totally useless. You need to switch your outreach from being this to being this. And by the way, this also will work pretty well. From that sequence, I got around 12% reply rate, like more than 20 signups from 200 people. So for me, it was amazing. What you're gonna do here, what you're gonna do from here, what are gonna be the steps from here. Once you have all of these templates, you probably feel a need to get hands on them, to get a try on them and start to working on them. So what you're gonna do is you need to rewrite your cold DMs, your cold emails using the templates that I provided in this video. I will open up the access to this presentation, so you will have a link down below, so you can just go and copy paste these things. No, you don't need to write them down on your own because it's going to be more convenient, and use at least 3 different templates in 3 different scenarios. Get your email, get your selling points, try adapting your own stuff, your company, your product, your services to the templates that I have shared, and then run your test sequence on 10 or 20 people and just compare what kind of results have you seen there, or have you seen like with your current outreach. Because if you are not satisfied with your copy right now, if you don't know what's wrong there, maybe some of the missing points, some of the templates can help you. This was probably one of the 2 of the hardest videos that I had to make in the last couple of months about the copywriting, this one and the previous one, just because there is so many content and stuff and information that is going on around in the space. And me personally, I'm subscribed to a bunch of people that are sending me these different cold email tips, cold email tricks, and it's all good. It's perfect if you are improving on your skill. But if you don't know the foundation, if you don't follow the relevancy, if you don't follow the intrigue, and if you don't follow the short email, then you're not gonna make it. This is really the make or break foundation. You need to keep to it and then use these templates because they're gonna be a starting point for you. Ideally, in the future, you're gonna write your own templates, you're gonna write your own stuff. You will find what works for you in this specific case, in this specific situation, and you would be sharing the best practices with other people. I advise you, and I hope that you're gonna be in this place. Looking forward to hearing more about your successes or maybe your problems to help you with them. Let me know down below in the comments what's going on, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.